Doing well. I am thankful. I'm thankful. Each and every day. I got to the point where I gotta live one day at a time. Just enjoy each day. The past, the present. You know what I mean? Hey, the future is gonna do what it's gonna do. We can't change the past. Looking forward to a better future. Not even a better future, a future. You know what I mean? And just want to talk about real quick. It ain't gonna be quick. 20 minutes. I want to talk about the music, the life, the retirement, and everything that came in between it all. So first and foremost, we know about my heavenly, but it's also about, and that's not all, it's the heavenly stop. Now everything else, music. It's always been for me, just music. Since I was freaking born, it seems that I've been music for, I've been doing music for a long time. I've been doing music at least since 5. I say 5. I've been doing music since 5, easy. And what I remember mostly, thank you for the likes. Thank y'all for stopping by and checking me out as I talk about this. And we're going to have the album playing in the background. In fact, let me start it from the beginning. You started from the beginning. Y'all can start from there. Don't forget to check me out on SoundCloud. You can check out the music. I'll have the link down below so y'all can check that out. Also, you can go to my website, www.RaJuR or they don't do wwws anymore. HTTP semi whatever with 2 slashes. RaJuR Music. Check me out there. All right. So, let's just break it down like I normally do, and then we'll get into it. Break it somewhere in the day, because y'all know out of all these years I've been working hard. 35 plus years. 35 plus 6 months I've been working at my job sector. And it's been a lot of journeys in between that, you know. One would definitely be fragrances. I really enjoy fragrances. Leave music out. You know, music's always been my life, like I was about to start out to say. But fragrances all just came into my life maybe around 2000. When I moved here in 14. So maybe around 16, I started getting into fragrances really, really heavy. And doing some things. What is that little freaking bug? You lucky. Got a little bug flying in here. You lucky. Right from that plant. Anyway, Dear Man by Amouage. I was gifted this by my man Rob. I ain't seen Rob Cunningham in a minute. But he gifted to me this one day. He was like, yo, I don't really dig it. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And he said, here, you got it then. And I went through pretty much. He gave it to me when it was about up here. So I really went through it. Amouage, Dear Man. I don't want to really go through the notes and all that stuff right now. We'll talk about that another time. But Dear Man by Amouage. Definitely ball of fragrance. Incense. I think a little bit oud in here. Definitely some amber. A little bit of something else going on in here. Not caraway or something like that. I can't remember. But there's something different in here that's kind of taking it off that path of like Interlude Man and so on and so forth. And not like Lyric Man. It's totally different. But Dear Man. The sun. Alright? And yeah, so that's how I got into fragrances. So let's get back to music. And so the first thing I remember playing was recorder. My mom took me to school. My mom always sang in the choir. And she was background. She wasn't the lead in that, but you know, she still could sing. But she wasn't always singing. She'd sing around the house. Listen to her gospel music. My mom listened to his gospel. Except my dad was in country and western. That's why I'm kind of diverse. I grew up listening to gospel, country, and western. And then, of course, the R&B that you heard from time to time and stuff like that back in the day. But mostly in my household, it was gospel from mom, country and western, Ray Acuff, Charlie Pride, all them dudes on the country level. Man, I used to listen to this greatest hits he had. Everybody had a song on their joint. I just listened to that bad boy, man. Just learning. And didn't know I was learning, but I was learning. Country music, man. Country music is like R&B. Just got a different swag. It's a different flow. That's why a lot of people started to do country. Like a young man that I came into my life via my man Patrick Crawford. His name is Curtis Chambers. He ended up doing some good things too. He's doing country and western right now. I first met him, he didn't know what he wanted to do. He didn't know, play keyboards. He has to play keyboards. Should I play guitar? He was asking me. I'm like, man, play what you want to play. Play it all, pimp. Play it all, pimp. That was way back in the day. Now, look up Kurt Chambers. He's now a country and western guy. He done play with Jay-Z, Eminem, and did a lot of things. I like to know I'm attached to people that went on to do great things. I like that. I had influence on their life. And I like that when it comes to music. Anything else, I don't know. I'm talking about getting high and drinking and hanging out all night. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. Because I did that too. While working for Septa. 35 years. So, again, music came into my life around 6 years old. Then I started just listening to music all the time, whatever. And then the guitar came into my life, like Ray Charles' keyboard came into his life, where my uncle, and I tell the story on my website. You go to my website, I'll tell you the whole story. And that's how I started playing guitar. Some of my guitar just really interests me, and he took me to Brooklyn. We was up in Brooklyn one night, visiting some peeps, and he took me over to this gentleman's house. I was playing guitar. I want to play guitar ever since. And then through that escapade, I've learned how to play everything. Keyboards, guitar, bass, drums. You know what I mean? Not everything. I don't know how to play sax. I don't know how to feel about putting stuff in my mouth. That ain't a kiss. Alright? So that's how I was. But all this stuff. And then it came to like, yo, man, I found out how much it costs to like use a studio. Like if I want to be in the studio, back in the day it was really high. Because that's all you had back in the day. You had multi-track, big giant reels. 24-track reel, 16-track reel, like $125 an hour. I can't afford that. That ain't happening. We ain't doing 120. So now I start building my own studio. And now to this day, I've had 3 iterations of my studio. I had the small little baby joint when I was married in North Philly. That small little baby joint, but I was still cutting. And I met my man Greg Tobias, and we joined this record label called Bell Tower Records. And that's when I first started getting into the record label type thing. And that's how I met James Poyser, what's my man, Victor Plaxis, Chauncey Childs, I forgot the engineer name. I never got a chance to meet Jazzy Jeff down there, who is in Gladwin. We used to go to the studio in Gladwin to cut. I said, I know a studio we can cut, because I had been there with Boys II Men. Oh, did I mention Boys II Men? Yes, I'm in the Us to You book too. Take the headphones off. I know y'all can hear me. This is the Boys II Men, Us to You book. This is an unauthorized biography. The guy who put this book together was not supposed to do this, but he did it. So one night, my man called me up. I have a technical issue. He's like, Raj, can you come up? You know about studio stuff. Why don't you come up? Don't know if you can hook up the MPC 60. They had the producer came with MPC 60, but they need to hook it up to a Kaya S1100. Yeah, come on up. I'll probably do that. You check it out. Got up there, and that's how I got in the studio. All right. Now, in the meantime, I can bring up my friends and tell you how that went as far as my life. Of course, that's Wanye, all them. Now, I'll point out my other friends that I grew up with as we got older, and they're in here as well. So they were part of the band. So let's get to the band. Right here is Colt Younger. Knew Colt Younger since we was teenagers, 17 years old. That's Colt Younger. At this time, my other boys wasn't in here, so we had bypassed this, and I take it to another page where more of my friends, the Boys II Men, okay? And that's when they was praying before the show. Let's see if I can point them out. This is, what is this? All right, that's Fred Holiday. He's a drummer. Cool dude, Fred Holiday. That's Colt Younger. The other two, I added another one. Fred Holiday. Excellent drummer. Plays for OJ's now most of the time and stuff like that. Alright? So that's him. Alright, so then concert. Let me get to the most important page. That's me. Holla at your boy. I was up there talking to Ray. I met Ray in the studio a long time ago. A little short guy. Real cool guy though. So that night I was up there for the LL Cool J record, which was, Hey Lover. So he's in the studio. There's YA downstairs. The studio, the vocal booth was downstairs. The studio and everything was upstairs. Recording facility, the mixer, all that stuff was upstairs. But the booth was downstairs in this screen. And that's what let me know I ain't had to have a booth. We just use a good screen. Here's Ray back here, the engineer, real cool guy. Look at his hair. LL walked in. I was sitting right down next to everybody when LL walked in. And he looked down at me, and he was like, hey, what's up? So what's up? He said, I'm LL. I'm like, I know who you are, bro. I'm Raj. All right, nice to meet you, Raj. And this is when we was all in the studio. All right, there's LL right there. That's where I was sitting. Well, was I sitting here? No, I was here to work on these two things right here. Bam and bam. Connecting these two. No, not this. Well, this one. It was MPC 60. I was hooking it up, trying to hook it up to another piece so they can run it. And bam and bam. Ryan Ye. That's Nate. And back here, if you look closely, that's me back here in the back with the bald head. That's me. My man Eric Lattimore. He was there as well. And the guy who called me, my man Eric, he was a rapper too. His name was Eric too. He's a rapper. He was doing maintenance up there, cleaning, make sure everything was clean. And that's how I got to go up to Boys and Men Studio and meet LL and get involved in the Hey Lover project. What's going on, DJ World? So, there's one person. Bam. All of this. What's going on, bro? All right, Kajal. Sounds good, my brother. Check out the title. That's where we at right now. I gotta keep it flowing because I don't have a lot of time. But thank you for stopping by, brother, and sharing that juice. Lamar Kajal. By Lamar. I mean, Lamar by Kajal. Nice juice. I used to have that. I sold it though. I sold all my Kajals. Then here's Pink. I met Pink through my man Lamar Alexander. You can look him up. In fact, he was just with Pink the other night when she was here in Philly. I didn't go because I had work, and he didn't invite me. He's one to invite me. But anyway, here's Pink when she won her platinum record at Club Own. And I got a picture with her as well. I have two pictures with her. One that I gave her a nice little pink teddy bear thing she had, and we took a picture with that, and so on and so forth. If you look at enough of my Facebook pictures, you'll probably find the night that I was at Pink's platinum party. This is ages ago. Ages ago. That'll be October 1st, my brother, October 1st. It was ages ago with the Club On. That's the night I saw me, Maury, and his brother, rest in heaven, rest his soul, Bub. We was walking down the street, getting ready to go to Club On, and we met freaking Jay-Z was coming down the street. Like he was all sad. He like he might have been at the club, and then he left. You know what I mean? Thank you, bro. He left. So we walking down. So it was me, Bub, and Maury. And Bub's like, can I take a picture with you? And I think either Maury might have took a picture with him. I didn't want to take a picture with him because I didn't care about the dude. Still don't care about freaking Jay-Z. Anyway, that's the night. Pink's Club On party. Another person I met. Pink's actually been down my studio too. My studio I had in North Philly. Pink's been down my studio before she was about to go overseas. And that was after she had left Babyface by the time. She had left LaFace Records. And she was doing her own thing. I think she was getting more into, pop and rock, which is what she's doing now. And she came down, so she's like, well, all right. Mari's like, all right, my man, he got some tracks. You might want to check him out. So he said, yeah, we coming down there tomorrow morning. Be down there, because she got to catch a plane. She going overseas. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I got down there early. I'm excited. Oh, man, Alicia coming over. Yeah, Alicia coming over. Bam. Let me get the tracks ready. Bro, let me talk about this, DJ. And I'll talk to you about in the comments. I'm trying to get this done before I go to work. Let's talk about my music, my life, and all that good stuff. So let me do that, and then we'll rap about that, down in the comments and so on and so forth. So I ain't got a lot of time. I'm trying to tell the story about the music, retirement, my life, right? So yeah, I'm trying to cut you off. I'm gonna say I gotta keep it flowing though. So yeah, so she came down the studio. I was like, all right, cool. So I looked out the door. They knocked on the door. Pop, 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 pop. I looked out the door. I saw Maury, but I didn't recognize the young lady he was with. I'm like, is that Pink? So I looked out the door. I looked out the peephole. I'm like, I couldn't tell it was Pink. I'm just seeing Pink in this picture right here. This is the Pink. Everybody call me now. I'm trying to do this quick video. Everybody call me. Pink. That's the Pink I saw. The Pink that showed up at the door was not that Pink. So I'm looking, and she was there because she ain't had to put on makeup. She was ready to fly. She wasn't worried about putting on makeup, I guess. So she came. I'm like, oh, how you doing? How you doing, Pink? Remember me? I came up to the Club On joint. Yeah, I remember. We took a picture together. All right, cool. Hurry up. You got time. Let's just do the track. So I put some tracks up. Let her listen to them. She's like, okay. Now pass. Like. Oh. Like. She listened to about maybe 6 tracks. she took 3 with her. So Pink, don't forget, you at least used to have 3 of my tracks. So, but they weren't pop tracks. They wasn't, I forgot she was going pop. It was like my R&B type stuff or whatever you want to call RaJuR music. So yeah, so Pink took my tracks. I burned the CD for her. She took the CD. Hopefully, Pink, you still have those 3 tracks. I might need them back for the next album. Well, you might want to use them for one of the albums. So, just in case you decide you want to come back over to the R&B side, you got 3 from RaJuR Real Deep Cool. All right, cool. So that's it. Then I can mention all the people I've met in this music business. From Joe Nicola, y'all know about Joe Nicola, great engineer, great studio owner. What's my man who had his own studio down? Larry Gold. Met Jazzy Jeff. How did I meet Jazzy Jeff? Raj, how you meet Jazzy Jeff? Well, I met Jazzy Jeff because there was a place called Mars Music. And Mars Music was closing down in Jersey. So these dang near giving stuff away, right? They're giving stuff away. Reminds me of that little deal I made with them that I gotta work that out. But anyway, so I was down there buying soundproofing for the studio. They was like selling the soundproofing cheap. So they had soundproofing everywhere. And they was just ripping it down. You go in there, you rip down what you want, take it to the counter, they take it. So all of a sudden, my man who knew Jazzy, who hung with Jazzy, I had met him in the studio now at 13th and Spring Garden with Jill and them, and the boys was cutting. Dre, Vidal, James, all of them was down there cutting. So that's, of course, I knew Jill Scott producers. It is what it is, I don't want to tell you. Sorry about that. My man Sherman Byers made that possible. So I got over there, and they had these speakers back there. This to noise. And I just listened to the speakers maybe 2 days ago. So Jazzy came in with his crew, along my man, I forgot his name. But they walked in, I'm like, yo, what's up, bro? What y'all doing? He's like, man, Jazz here to get some speakers, dog. I'm like, really? I said, what are you looking to get? So he's like, I don't know, man. He wants some speakers. I'm like, all right, cool. So I just hung out with them for a little while, you know what I mean? Because I knew about gear. Jazzy knew about gear too, but Jazzy was just starting to build a studio. Because when he cut Jill's stuff, it was his studio. At that time, like I have a Yamaha 01V here. They had a Yamaha 02R is what they cut Jill Scott on. I got the little iteration before that. And that's my little side mix. It's not like these here. And he was like, man, I said, well, look, you know what you should check out? Check out these Tenoids. Now, I like Tenoid speakers. I had a pair of little small Tenoids as my sub monitors. Not sub monitors, but my little monitors. It's 1025. I gotta make sure, man. These watches I got on, man, just straight line. All right. So I said, you should check out the Tenoids. So the dude came back. He called SA back. Yo, man, I gotta check out these Tenoids. Bam. Tenoids is banging. Give me them joints. Because I know my stuff. So now, Jazzy just bought a set of Tenoids to put in his lab. And at that time, either he had already cut Jill Scott or he was cutting Jill. So I'm connected with Jill through those speakers with the Tenoids that I suggested Jazzy Jeff buy. Now, I can go on and on. I can tell you the story. One day, my man, Johnny Kroom, who's recently married, congratulations, my brother, who's been doing music all his life. I've known him since I was in my 20s, too. And him and a brother named Stacy McGee, bass player, they was always together. They was working with this group called, this was a group in Philly. And they was working with this group, and they got a single on there, Question, No Question. They worked with No Question in Philly. You know what I mean? I was working for SEPTA at the time. So at this time, they get the Boys and Men gig, because they was playing at this little spot, open mic night. I ain't know about open mic. I wasn't even getting to that, but I'd go around and check them out. Open mic night is this place called Broadnax's on 22nd and Allegheny. So if you know what that is, y'all know what Broadnax is if you live in Philly. Broadnax, 22nd and Allegheny, right? It was a bar inside. So they used to have open mic there, and that's where they would be playing. So what had happened was Boys and Men management came in there and snatched them up. Come play with us. Bars. It was gone. My man Fred Cooper got caught up in that too, because he wasn't playing with them there, but Fred Cooper, bad boy in guitar. So they grabbed him too. So one day he calls me. Johnny Cooper either paid me or whatever. And he was like, yo, I'm gonna talk to you. Can I talk to you? I was like, yeah. He said, where you at? I said, bro, I'm ready to go on my swing. I was driving a 23 trolley, and I was about to go to Erie. I was about to enter Erie and Germantown and Erie, and I was getting ready to get off. I was on my swing, and somebody would come on and take over. So I said, look, I'm ready to go on my swing. Meet me at Germantown and Erie. He was like, all right, cool. So we get to Germantown and Erie. Johnny Kroom pulls up. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up, Rod? Hey, look here. Fred Cooper used to play guitar. Fred decided, because Fred wanted to get paid more. They weren't getting paid union scale because they weren't in the union. And that's why they grabbed him, because they knew them guys wasn't in the union. They can really pay him, and they just be happy to be with Boys and Men touring around, right? All right, it's good. Whatever it is. So Johnny was like, yo, man, Fred ain't playing with us no more. Would you like to go on tour with Boys and Men? I'm like, oh, really? All right, well, how much is paying? He was like, well, on average, we get like, what would he get? He just said $2,500 a gig or $1,500. So I'm saying to myself, all right, so if that's per gig, and you still got to live, you're on tour, and I think they have to pay their own expenses or something like that he had mentioned. I'm like, nah, bro. First of all, I just started working at Scepter. So I can't just quit Scepter. I only been like maybe 2-3 years. It couldn't be no more than that because I just got on the trolley, and trolley's where I started. My first 4 years of Scepter was on trolley, right? So I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't gonna be able to do that pimping because Scepter paying me daily, and I know I'm getting a paycheck as long as I stay hired. You know what I mean? I'm out here hustling these trolleys and these buses. I'm stay here, bro. He's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, man, yeah. It's a thing. I really would like to go, but I'll be in the book some years later anyway. And then I had to go on tour, and in the book, then I had to go on tour. Ain't that how life works? Could have went on the tour, been touring with Boys and Men, quit my job at Scepter after 3 years or so. Now after 35.6, still here. Thank heaven. Thank heaven. I went through a lot. Bam. Yeah, I'm in the back. Let you know, it's me in the back, boy. Had my shorts on, had my Docker joints. Boy, look. Cause I was showing my man Eric how to play Hey Lover. And here's another story out of that Boys and Men thing. I was back there with this acoustic that y'all saw in the picture. And they was playing Hey Lover. Hey Lover was really easy. Like, I'm gonna play it just like I was there now. We sitting back here, there's a Hey Lover. Hey Lover, hey Lover. So I'm playing along with the song, and Al was like, yo, play that again? I hit it again. Hey lover, is the morning a touch? He was like, yo, I might be able to use that. Now at that time when he said that's like 12 o'clock. I had to be to work early as mug in the morning, and I stayed there till about 3 and I left because they were still waiting to get to it. Everybody was doing their background and stuff. So again, I went from not paying the Boys and Men, spending my life on tour, missing my Scepter money, which I'm about to get retirement pay for the rest of my life from Scepter. Boys and Men ain't did an album and I don't know how long, and they don't have a job. But anyway, I can tell you another story about that too at Wanye's studio and how my song, or what I was playing on guitar, ended up on Jill Scott album. Cutthroat people, man, cutthroats. Even my boy told me he's cutthroat. They took his bass down in Atlanta and just took his bass. He was over there helping him out. He called me down and he was like, Ron, can you come down here and help me? I want you to play bass or something on the song they were trying to make it. They're trying to submit to Brandy. They're trying to submit a song to Brandy. So he said, can you come down and put bass on this song? Because he got to play guitar and keys, Patrick Crawford. But he wasn't really a guitar player like that. He was learning though. So I said, all right, cool. So I get down there, I'm just to the song, I'm going whatever the song was doing. But then when I was warming up, I was doing this. Because I had just learned about open chord structure. I remember this like it was yesterday. I'm down there. He was like, man, this is decent. Right? So I'm playing that. And then, all right, cool. Let me hear the song. Ba 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 ba. Oh, let me play what it turned out being, and I ain't get paid. Come to the light, come to the light. Everything. Come to the light, come to the light. Mysterious how all of a sudden, months later, they end up on Jill Scott album. Never go to a studio. This is for the people coming up to. Never go to anybody's studio and play anything before you check and make sure they got recording gear on. Because some people put the recording joints back there, put them back where you can't see them, and just let it play. I'm just saying. I ain't saying nothing, but I'm just saying. So anyway, I turned down the joint with Boys and Men. Ended up hooking up with them later on anyway. Been with Jill Scott. I mean, not Jill Scott. In fact, I got with Jill Scott because my man, I forgot my man. He used to work production for Hidden Beach Records. They were, I mean, not production. They were doing advertising, him and his man. They were actually DJs. I forgot his name. I ain't seen him in years. And they used my studio one time to cut one of the artists. And he came down. When he came down one night, so they had been down there for like maybe a month at that time. They came down to my studio in North Philly. All of a sudden he gets a call, right? I didn't know he was talking to Steve McKeever from Hidden Beach, right? Because that's what he was doing. They was advertising for Hidden Beach Records. They had a lot of stuff going on with Hidden Beach, as y'all well know. Jill Scott, blah, 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 right? So I was like, all right. So next thing you know, he like, yo, yeah. Yeah. Here's the phone, bro. Who this? Steve. Steve who? Steve McKeever. Who that? Hidden Beach. Oh, snap. Hello? What's up, bro? Man, I'm chilling, dog. I'm down here chilling with the homies, working on some artists. He said, look, I like that track I heard in the background. I'm like, all right, thanks. I appreciate that. Something like that. Blah, 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 blah. He said, would you like to do a remake for Jill Scott Long Walk? I'm like, yeah, no doubt. He said, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to send him out to join. He could mail out the CD that just had the vocals. I still got that CD. Just got the vocals on it. And then I would input the vocals into my sample machine. And then I'll start trying to create a song from a vocal. From Long Walk. The song I now sing on open mic night, right? Long Walk. What a coincidence, right? So now, bada bing, bada boom. We in the lab. Bam. Finishing up. All of a sudden he come by about maybe a week later. He said, here's the CD, bro. Get with it. And then he gave me another CD. He said, the other CD is from Barbara. She sang Walking in New York. Man, I like that song. That song was gorgeous. That song was gorgeous. So now he's like, he wants you to do a remix on both of them. Steve McKeever, Hidden Beach, Jill Scott, bada bing. I'm still working for Scepter. Moral of the story is, because I got more stories than this. Tell you another guy, Gordon Banks. Gordon Banks helped me get a deal with Sony ATV. Look up Gordon Banks. He had a couple songs. Gordon Banks. Work with him. Let me use the studio. I ain't produce anything. I let him use my studio. He was on the crunch time. The studio down Spring Garden was locked down. Sherman Byers called me and said, yo, I'm seeing my man over here with his brother named Kay. He needs to cut tonight so he can get the stuff out to Sony by Monday. I was like, bring him over. How much? $0 for you, Sherm. You got me opportunity to work with Jill but I'm working for Scepter. But you came and listened to my music to see, and you calling me, can I use your studio? And you got studios. He's like, well, the boys got them doing. Vidal, Dre, all them got the studios tied up down there. I need you to do this. A month later, Gordon Banks get a deal with Sony ATV. And he gets to hook up with Kanye. Well, how did that happen? Who helped that go? Who helped that happen? Bruh, I got so many stories. I can tell many stories. The moral of the story is not to brag, because I can brag all day if I want to brag. But I don't have ego to brag, because I'm not that good, because I'm still sitting here retired with a studio with 10 albums out. The new one, the RaJuR Styles Project, make sure you get it. I ain't no time to brag. What I'm bragging for? What I'm saying is, youngsters and people who have youngsters, teach your children more than just wanting to be rappers and whatsoever. You never know who you're going to meet in this business. I met people by hook and crook. I mean, I was mentoring Lamar. He'll tell you, I was mentoring him, trying to show him do beats, use the MPC 2000, all that stuff. I was mentoring him. He ran into Pink, and then bam, now I get to meet Pink through him. You know, I get to meet people through other people. I get to meet Boys and Men up in the studio while they couldn't Hey Love. I meet LL Cool J with the freaking brand new Frosty 2000, whatever it was, 840i, black, with black rims, bars. LL, remember that night? Come on, man. I know you remember, dog. I know you all acting and everything now. You remember me, pimp. I'm RaJuR. But I was just Raj back then. So, don't matter. Stay vigilant. Do not do this to be rich. It's just not going to happen. Because rich for you is going to cost you something. Because the only way you're going to get rich is if you hook up with a record label. And you can get famous and everything on YouTube, TikTok, but you can't fund that. You might have got lucky and used Fruity Loops or whatever program you had on your computer and came with a track. You might have leased a track from somebody, bam, they were doing it big, but you still can't do it by yourself. You don't have any distribution. Oh, we can distribution. I have distribution. You can do DistroKid, TuneCore, CD Baby. Everybody distribute your stuff, but how much you going to get? And did you make the whole song? Or did you just write the rap? Or did you just auto-tune over top of it? Look, learn how to play instrument. Learn how to play stuff. I learned how to play everything myself. I learned how to set up a studio by myself. There's nothing I've done down here. I haven't helped nobody. Honest to goodness. Nobody taught me how to play guitar. Nobody taught me how to play bass. Nobody taught me how to play keyboards. Nobody taught me how to set up a studio. Nobody taught me how to do any of this. Nobody taught me how to put out albums. Nobody taught me how to go be a Grammy member. Nobody taught me how to be in a recording academy. Nobody taught me how to walk in the Grammys and chill and then go to the party. Nobody taught me that. It's heavily putting things in my way and me taking advantage while still working for SEPTA 35.6 years. The music, the life, the retirement. And now it's time to chill. And now I can do music all my life now. I can sit here and do shows here, do shows there. And I know the competition up here is no competition up here. I'm not being bodacious about it. I'm telling you, there's no competition up here for me in Philly. There's nobody doing what I'm doing. There's nobody even putting out albums like I'm putting out. None of my friends, and I know many, they've never put album out. All the guys I know, except one brother who helped me out on a few albums, that's Dizzy Fingers, my man Dizzy Fingers, you know, and he came, and here's the thing about it. I ain't seen my man in a long time. I don't know what. I think I offended him one night. I came over to his crib, man. I was telling him, why ain't you put an album out? Yeah, man. I know he's doing other stuff. I'm like, bro, your talent is incredible. I'm not trying to say, I'm just saying you're an incredible keyboard player, man. You play with all these people. But man, you should have had like 4 or 5 albums now. I know he's doing stuff overseas and everything. And blah, too. But RaJuR, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Lovely studio, financing. He making money though. But I'm saying, bro, put your own music out, man. I don't care if it's whack. I don't care if it's whack. Because nobody can tell me that I didn't try. Okay, nobody tell me I didn't try to do my own thing. And I've always been like that. My daddy taught me that. Don't let nobody put you down. You look for what you're going. Hook or crook, broke or rich. If I had a child, he'd be doing music, he'd be doing something. He won't be sitting on his butt and running the street acting a fool. He'd be creative. If I had a daughter, they'd be doing art. I'm also an artist. I know how to draw. I learned that from way back in the day from my man Johnny Murray, my cuz. So look, man, take advantage of all situations. Man, be creative. I'm so tired of these people riding off the backs of everybody. I mean, you see it every day on Facebook. Everybody's picking up other people's stuff to ride off their back. Create your own content. Create your own image. Create your own thing. Do you. Stop it, jumping on everybody else's crotch. Stop, man. You need to do your own thing. There's nothing like doing your own thing because can't nobody take credit for your own thing. Can't nobody take credit for it. You did it all on your own. You ain't jocking nobody else's fees. You ain't jocking nobody else's posts. You ain't jocking nobody. You got the post. But your post can't be foolishness. You can't be all social media putting up foolish stuff because you don't get respected. A lot of people just want to be seen and heard, but you don't have nothing to offer. It's time for you to start offering something. I don't care who you are. You know what I mean? Start offering something, man. People, when I was, another thing, I remember my boys, most of my boys are managers, right? They're like, yeah, man, you come be management. Why do I want to be a manager? I had more to my life going on than manager. Now, I got a brother, he's a manager, but he's also a DJ, but a DJ still ain't a music producer. A DJ is not a studio owner. So he can do that. I'm not degrading him because he's my main man. I'm just saying, though, being a manager takes time. You got to be there. You got to babysit grown folk. Man, I ain't got no kids. I'm not a babysit grown folk. They don't know how to fix stuff. They don't know how to do. I hear it all day. I'm so glad I'm ready to retire from that place. Because they just hire anybody now that just can't do nothing. I'm sorry, I'm not talking about SEPTA per se, but I am. And the SEPTA employees. Well, I want to manage a group of people who don't even know what the heck they're doing half the time. No, that's going to interfere with how I feel about my music. And that's how the Renaissance album got done. Because I'm not a manager. So, to all the managers of SEPTA, do your thing, man. Because it's probably what you got. But I'm more than a manager. I'm more than SEPTA. I'm heaven's child. I'm heaven's creative child. Just like he created, I create. Thank you, Heavenly. Hope this is inspiration to all of you. Do your dream, But don't be a slouch. Get out there and work. They worked in the Bible. Nobody got nothing free.